Hi everybody, Shannon here. Okay. Um, Today's video is going to be on meditation. Okay. If you notice I'm wearing pigtails, I am the gothic Pippi Longstocking. Or I am Pocahontas who trimmed her hair. Yeah, I'm actually Native American, so I think I pull off this look pretty good. I don't know why I did that. Okay, so basically I'm just going to tell you what I do to meditate. It works for me. It's worked for years, okay, to get to that altered state. And this isn't going to be like a video where you're seeing like a bunch of bright colors and, all these trippy things. And then you're going to hear like all this relaxing music. You got the like gamma waves of sounds to like get you to that altered state. Like, no, no. Like, this isn't going to be like a 12-step program either. Like, it's really simple. I think when people try to give you so many directions on how to do this, that it actually gets your brain overthinking while you're meditating. And the point of meditation is to clear your thoughts, completely empty your brain. You don't want to be thinking about, you know, how to meditate. You want to just let it flow, let it happen. Okay, so like I said, I'm not like a friggin' professional or anything. Okay, but this works for me, and it's worked for years. Okay, I think everybody complicates things too much. Okay, um, for me, when I start, I'm lying down. Okay, when I meditate, I'm lying down. Now I can sit up and meditate, but I feel like it's better for me to lie down because even when you're sitting up, you're subconsciously focusing on keeping your body, supporting your top half because you're sitting up. Okay, even your neck muscles are focused on, you know, um, keeping your head straight up and stuff. So I prefer to lie down because that way, like, I don't have like any like subconscious activity going on with, keeping, my body sitting up. Like, I prefer lying down so I can get just completely relaxed. I don't got to focus on any part of my body, and that's kind of like how it works. Okay. Now, if you're first starting off, the best way to clear your mind, because everybody has a really hard time with this, and this is what I did when I first started. Okay, when I first started like actively meditating, you know, I was somewhat good at it, but I had such a hard time clearing my mind. And so this is what I did. When you're in your comfortable position, however you're meditating, picture a blank sheet of paper. Okay, a blank white sheet of paper. Now you can also like imagine like just blackness, like just darkness, nothing there. But for me, it worked better to use a sheet of paper. Blank sheet of paper had nothing on it. Okay, in my mind. Okay, now every time like a little thought, a little word, some sort of little conversation shit's going on in your head, you want to say the word in your head blank. Okay, because what you're going to do is kind of like brainwash your brain a little bit. Okay, you're going to stop your brain in its tracks. Every time your brain's like, oh, I went to the park yesterday, blank, 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 blank. And you're just going to keep saying it until whatever thought or like song in your head, okay, eventually just goes away. Now, also a way that you can do this, and this might be complicated for people just starting off, but this is also what I used to do when I was starting off. It just worked for me. Was I pictured my brain like like kind of a vault, okay? Like, I'm picturing my brain like a vault and like kind of like a bowl shape, but upside down. And in the vault had like multiple different doors. And I was actually picturing this like there was a bunch of little doors in my brain, okay, that thoughts would be spewing out of, and that's what was distracting me. So I would like tell myself to like just push those thoughts back in to whatever door they were coming out of and lock the door. And I would do this like, thinking that I was just shutting all these different doors in my head of where information was coming out. And I could like feel myself like just pushing whatever thoughts they were like back into my brain and locking the door. Okay, so that's one way to do it. I think the blank sheet of paper works better because it's just one word and you're just focusing on just one thing, okay, until all the other thoughts stop, because at some point they're gonna stop, okay, because like I said, you're almost kind of brainwashing your brain a little bit by, shutting it up, okay, by just saying blank, blank, blank. Once you're fully cleared, okay, and you're just, focusing on your breathing, or you don't even have to be focusing on your breathing, because we naturally, our brain is going to tell us to breathe no matter what. So this is what I do, and it sounds strange, okay? I will say that it sounds strange, and it's almost a little bit hard to describe. Okay, once my mind is cleared, okay, then I have to clear my body, because you're still feeling like the pulses in your body. Like you're still feeling like everything. You twitch your foot a little bit or whatever, you can like feel your body like touching like the sofa. Like whatever you're lying on top of your bed or your sofa, like you still feel like your skin or touching that. Like you want to disconnect everything. So I imagine a numbing agent. And honestly, like I visualize it too. Like I visualize like these tiny little particles of a numbing agent that just go swooping down my body. Okay, and it goes all the way down to my arms, and it goes all the way down to my legs, into my feet. And usually when my feet and hands feel numb, that's when I know like that the rest of my body is numb, because like your feet is like the furthest part away from you. So I just imagine like this numbing agent just going through my body and just numbing it all. Okay, and you keep visualizing this, because like I believe subconsciously that you are actually numbing your body. I mean, your body can tell itself to heal. Why wouldn't it be able to tell itself to, feel numbness, you know? And this isn't like the same numbing as like your arm or something falling asleep. This is just, you're going to feel like a fuzzy feeling, okay? And you're not going to feel really like you're pulsing in your veins or anything. You're just going to kind of feel like fuzzy and floating, and I don't know, like right now I can even feel just talking about it, I can feel my hands starting to go numb. Like it's really weird, but it's funny that that's actually happening right now. So yeah, so once your body is, numb, okay, and this is how you can tell, if you can't, like you're resting your arm on something, if you can't feel whatever your arm's resting on, that's when you know that your body is numb. Okay? You shouldn't, and you're not going to be focusing on that. You're going to be focusing on numbing your body. But then like a little part of your brain is going to be like, okay, can I feel it yet? Because if I can still feel my arm resting on the sofa, like that's not good. I need to push harder into this numbing agent to numb my whole body. Okay, and from there, I usually feel like I'm kind of floating, to be honest, because I don't feel any connection between whatever I'm lying on top of. My brain is empty. My body feels completely numb. So it kind of just feels like I'm coming out of my shell. I'm no longer like attached to this body that I have. I can just feel my whole like spiritual self. And this is when, okay, once you reach that state, and trust me, it is going to take some practice, okay? And I'm not saying like it's going to take months down the road, but try every day, try every other day, just give yourself like, 15 minutes of complete solitude, like no distractions. God forbid your phone, like, it's like beep, 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 you got a text message, like that's just going to screw up your whole thing. You want to make sure like that electronics are not near you, because the radio frequencies can affect you. So make sure you're not like directly next to a TV, you don't have your computer directly next to you, or your cell phone, okay? You need to have that disconnection. So, yeah, from there, that's usually when I will, like, receive different, like, either messages or, like, realizations, like, because pretty much you're just, like, allowing just whatever information to just come to you. And I apologize for that stupid military helicopter. We have a base, like, nearby, so they're always, like, freaking flying by. But when you get to that state where your mind is clear, your body is clear, that's when you can start receiving information. Okay? Now, this is just basic meditation. This isn't like awakening your pineal gland, because that's kind of like a whole nother level. Like, honestly, I feel like you have to, like, at least somewhat master basic meditation before you can try to awaken your pineal gland, because it takes more to do that. But basic meditation is like your stepping stone to your pineal gland. Like it's connected. You don't really think about it, and some people might say that, they're not connected, they're two different things. Okay, but for me, meditation is getting in touch with your spiritual self, your like origins. Like you can see things, whether that's past lives, if you believe in that sort of thing, or messages or signs, things that have happened in the past. Like you can receive all sorts of information, and like some things you'll be like, what, like, why am I even seeing this? Like you might see like a grocery store like being robbed or something and be like, why would that even be coming into my head? Because that could be something that already happened, that could be something that's about to happen. And basically, the more that you meditate, the more you're going to be able to sense like an urgency, or, just a comfort level. Like, I don't know, it's hard to explain because everybody's going to have like not exactly the same experience meditating, because we're all connected, but we're all different at the same time. So like your experience might be different than my experience. But the point is, we all just want to help each other get to that state, because we've lost touch with, our inner like spirit, our inner power. Like we've lost it. We've lost sight. We're stuck on, all these electronics and stuff, and what's important these days, and talking about things and stuff like it. We're not talking about, we're not thinking about like ideologies and stuff. We're not trying to like figure things out anymore. Just looking for the answer so we can go on our day and just, quick fixes for happiness and stuff. And if you're depressed, like try meditating, okay? Because A, you might find out like some inner demons, but B, I think meditation will help you get more comfortable with yourself. The more comfortable you are with yourself, the happier you're gonna be. Okay, like I'll meditate out in nature, and that's probably like one of the happiest I'll get, and it's actually one of the most like highest I'll get. Like if I'm like in the middle of the woods, because for me, like being out in the nature and stuff, it's, I don't know, you're not surrounded by like pollution and stuff. You got like fresh oxygen from the trees, and you feel like this connection, especially if you're sitting on the ground. Like, oh my God, you're sitting on the ground. It's almost as if you can like feel the like heartbeat of the earth and of the trees and of the connection of everything. And like I said, that's like my highest moment. My highest moment, I mean, like literally when you meditate, sometimes you can feel like you're high. Sounds weird, but when you master it, sometimes you can do it even while you're like walking. Like I've done it before where I'm like in a public place or something like that, and I can get myself into that state, and then I almost feel high. So I'm like, oh, I'm at the crappy DMV today, but I feel high on life. So I don't condole or console or whatever like doing any drugs whatsoever to get to an altered state. And I'm just gonna say this real quick because I know like a lot of people do. And trust me, when I was younger, like I wanted to try like peyote because I was like, hey, that's what Native Americans used, and that's what lots of people use to get to altered states. Let me just say, the reason I don't approve of doing drugs to get to a higher state is because I feel like it's almost like a cheat. Okay, and this is just me. Okay, this is just how I feel. Okay, you can have your own opinions about it, but I feel like drugs are like a cheap, way to get to, an altered state. It's not, you're not doing it just alone. You're using like outside forces to help you push yourself to another level instead of just gradually getting there on your own throughout the years, just growing within yourself. I feel like for me, just like I said, it feels like cheating to me, and I'm like that person. I'm like, I can't cheat. I gotta do it all on my own. Like, so that's just the way I feel. I like to do it, all on my own. That's not to say like I haven't like smoked a little pot back in my day, when I was a kid and shit. So I'm not like trying to sit there and be like, I'm up here, da 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 da. So don't think of it that way, okay? It's just as the years have gone by, I realized that, you know, it's for me it feels better if I can do it on my own without anything. So, you know, it just feels like I'm growing, you know, within myself without any outside forces. It's all me. So I can take credit fully for it. Alright, so yeah, that was my long video, you guys. Like I said, it's a lot easier than people are trying to make it out to seem. A lot of things are easier when it comes to, like, you know, altered states and stuff. Taboo subjects are usually a lot easier than what everybody wants to make them seem like. So, if you guys have any questions, feel free to, you know, ask them below or send me a personal message if you don't feel comfortable writing it in the comments below. I'm gonna answer any question. If, you know, you don't agree with the way I do things, well then you're entitled to your own opinion. I really don't care. Okay, until next time, guys. Bye.